just below that. And after the price opening, you can very well notice the market showed some selling. So that is the reason after the price opening it has shown some red color candlestick, which indicates a bear candlestick. That means the market has dropped down. What we expected yesterday was that we expected copper to stay in a downtrend, having this 428 as major resistance. So that is what we expected in copper. Based upon the international pricing and based upon various analysis, we expected copper to find some resistance around 428 to maintain its downtrend yesterday. So now let us see what happened after that. So after the price opening, you can see the copper market dropped initially and it tried to show a selling. But the point to be noted is that after the price dropping, so right from the opening, the market was maintaining a sell trend. But again it has shown some pullback to test the major resistance zone of 428. If you want to know the importance of 428, you can go back to in our blog and see all the videos which we have posted for this week and for the last week. Because the last week, that is the previous week, we were targeting this 428 as a major resistance zone. So that provided, we can see that the importance of 428 and 426, we have mentioned it very clearly. So that is the reason we try to pick this 428. And you can see that after a dropping also, the market has provided an opportunity and it has shown some bounce back and it has taken a resistance around 428. So if the price is going to stay above 428, it is going to market can reverse its trend. It is a very crucial zone. This 428 acted as a very crucial zone yesterday. So if you follow our yesterday's presentation, we have maintained a single point stop loss. So we have maintained that we requested you to, we advised you to maintain 429 as a stop loss. So let us see what happened after taking some resistance around 428. So after taking a resistance, the market was consolidating here. So it couldn't succeed in breaking this resistance, so it fell down and entered into the key decision zone of 425 and 426. So this whole zone is also quite important. You can if you go back to our previous presentation, and you can see that why these zones are important. But it is a continuous drop. You can very well notice that from 428 the market has dropped continuously, and again it showed a bounce back to take some resistance around 426. The point to be noted here is also, see, when the price was dropping from 428, it came down, and you can see that market has taken some resistance around 426 here, and that is the reason we have marked it with the yellow, this black line. So this is the zone. If you go back to our Monday presentation and see that, and for the past 2 days we expected market to go in buy turn, having this 425 and 426 as a reference zone. Just yesterday we reversed our decision to go for a selling. So since this 425 and 426 is important, the market will always stop there. So that is the reason you can see after a drop also, the market showed some buying and it took some resistance around 426. You can notice that here it has taken one resistance, here it has taken one resistance, and then a failure to break this resistance pushed the market further down. Let us see what happened after that also. So you can very well notice that the market is taking resistance around this zone, and a failure to sustain within this zone pushed the market down, and you can see the market came down and tested the very major support zone of 422. If you want to know the importance of 422, you can please go back to a charting platform whichever you are using and see, just to go back and see the line what this 422 is all about in the copper market. This 422, 426, always these two zones are very crucial zones. So after a drop, you can see it is a straightaway drop from 428 to 422, and the market has taken some support around the 422, and just it tried to show some bounce back. That may be because of some profit taking, and copper closed around 423. So yesterday the market went with the trend, and the market has shown some clear downtrend in copper market. So when we compare the open and closing, when you compare the closing with the opening, it is very clear that market opened around 428.5 and it closed around 423, which clearly indicates that the price has dropped, and the momentum for it was completely dominated by the sellers. It is a very clear domination from the seller, and also if you for the past few weeks, 2 weeks, you can say that copper is consolidating, and it is a very because the volatility is also very low. So now yesterday it has provided some relief for all the traders, giving some beautiful profit. So what we can do today, if you look at the low analysis, you can see 422 is the low, and the opening itself is the low. So it is another case also. So today we expect copper to open more or less just below 423. That means that we are expecting copper to open below the previous day's closing. It may be within the zone of 422 to 422.5 or 423. So it is expected to open below the previous day's closing, but just based upon the rupee factor, it can vary. But what we expect is that it will be opening just below that. Probably it will be opening around 422 to 422.5. If the rupee has strengthened, then it can go further down also. So there is no doubt about the trend in copper. So please, we request all the clients, there is some tendency for clients that whenever the price has dropped more than 8 points, it is quite normal, more than 6 points in single day, they go for buying at the bottom. So please don't try to catch the falling knife, always it will hurt you. So what you can do is that we need to cut some confirmation for buying. Only after getting some clear confirmation for buying, we can go for buying. Because nowadays trading in copper always also depends upon trading in all commodities in India, depends upon the rupee factor also. So we need to consider that we need to, just because we are presenting this video well before the market opening, before the currency market, even the currency market opening, so we should be very careful with the price opening also. Today we are expecting copper to open around 422 to 422.5 or even below that. So based upon the trend, we are also very clear about the trend. But what we can do is that after this drop, we should be quite careful. After taking some good profit, it is our responsibility to protect the profit. That is also a part of this trading. So what you can do is that if you have a good sufficient fund, you can initially test the market with selling. And if you have minimum fund, just wait for the market to reach this key zone of 425 to 426 and then take a decision. And the decision should be initially test the market with selling. You should go with the trend. If you have a minimum funds, then wait for the market to test this 425 or just come near this, and then you can go for a selling. If you have sufficient fund, then go ahead. You can go ahead with the trend after the price breakdown of 422. If the price is going to break this 422, surely you can expect this 416 in near term, and if the trend continues, it can go till 412 also. And if you are following the international price, you may well know that the copper in the international market was completely in downtrend. So what you can do is that you can go for selling till 428, having this 428 as a reference and 429 as a stop loss. What we need to do is that we need to closely monitor whenever the price is entering in this 425, 426 and 428 zone. Whenever the price was because for today it may be trading below. Just as a word of caution, if the price is entering into 425, 426 and this zone, we should be very careful. These zones are always the trend deciding zones in copper market. If you go back and see the long term charts, daily chart or anything, you will know the importance of these zones. So when the price is entering into this zone, we want to see what is the pattern it is going to form. Just stay with the trend. Only after getting some valuable confirmation, we can go for buying. Unless until we expect copper to stay in downtrend for today, and the expected targets are 416 initially, and if the trend continues, it may also go till 412. So let us see what's going to happen during our trading session. There are a lot of news for today. We have a lot of news coming into the market in the evening session, so please follow the news also. So thanks a lot for watching our video. Happy trading. Take care. Bye.